Hi, it's Mum reporting live on our adventures as we journey on site and online around Australia. Now, hold on tight, because before we dive into today's update, let me just say, the saga with the caravan is far from over. The next chapter is a double visit to Halliday Point. How so, you say? Well, once with a caravan and once very much without one. Yes, you heard that right. Again. And trust me, this all warranty story is dragging on a bit longer than I'd like. But I can't say much about that right now. Why? Well, things may have progressed into a legal situation where it's best to stay mum for now. But don't worry, we'll fill you in later. So, let's talk about our first visit to Halliday Point. We arrived at Happy Halliday's holiday park with said van, and it was absolutely awesome. The best parts about the park included: there was an indoor heated swimming pool, and let me just say, I have so missed swimming laps. Perfect for mum to get a good workout in. There was also an outdoor water park, multiple swimming pools, and a water slide which, of course, the kids went crazy over. But it wasn't just the pools, there was a gorgeous walk down to a stunning beach. Plus, a local shopping precinct with food works, a butcher, and the most fabulous hairdresser. The park was also super considerate of our homeless predicament. Yes, that little van-lay situation, and they put us into a non-pet friendly cabin, but they made allowances just to help out, and that was so appreciated. Thank you, Happy Hallidays. The weather? Absolutely perfect. Even when it rained, it was balmy enough to swim. But the sunrises, wow. No, seriously, they were extraordinary, extra weird even. The sky lit up in two sections, first with amazing whole sky scenes, and then half an hour later, suddenly, the big red ball came right out of the ocean. Incredible. Now, what made the first trip most memorable? You know how Tom had that off-road hiccup back in Villadella. I know. Wives are always harping on about silly little things like wounds and infection and dressing changes, yes. Well, Halliday Point happens to have a little doctor's office just a short walk from the park. And guess what? The doctor surprisingly thought I might have been right. Cleaning and dressing burns are a great idea. And that pain and swelling. Turns out it was infection. So dressing is just for salad, hey Thomas. But moving on to the second trip to Halliday Point. Here's where the story gets interesting. I'm sure the keen-eyed viewer will notice that yes, Dad was missing for the second half of the stay. What happened? Well, you can take the mechanic away from the trucks, but Tom's that kind of guy. A mate rings him and says he needs help. Does it matter that Tom is injured? Nope. Does it matter he's over 1,000 kilometers away? Nope. So how did he get back? He thumbs a ride to Sydney and then gets a lift in a truck going south. How did he get back again after a couple of weeks helping his mates around Benalla? Thumbed a ride in another truck, of course. Will he do it again? Undoubtedly. But who cooked when Tom was away being a diesel mechanic? I thought he was the chef of this roadshow. It was tough, let me tell you, but without Miss 13's culinary skills, we might have starved. So glad he decided to come back. Now why should you head up to Halliday Point? The beach is dog-friendly, and so good. The pool area at the park is insane, perfect for all ages. And did I mention there's a heated indoor pool for swimming laps? The staff? Super accommodating. You are within walking distance to the pub, supermarket, butcher, and even the best hairdresser in town. And the path to the beach is beautiful walk in itself. There's a great games room, though you do have to pay for most GMAs, so bring the gold coins. One last highlight of the stay. Richmond won their first match while we were there. But we won't talk about what happened in the weeks after that quick. Let's change topic. Now there are a couple of little things you need to look past to really enjoy your stay, as it is a very well-established park. The basketball court could do with a little TLC. The cabins. A bit old and clunky. But overall, we loved it. Family ratings. Preteen boy, 9.6. Teen girl, 9.5. Dad, 8. Mum, 9. Have you got some great tips for us? Or places you'd recommend? Follow us on site and online around Australia on Facebook for all the photos, or Instagram for the TLDR version. Or subscribe to YouTube to get the notifications. Alternatively, did you want to hear all the juicy gossip about what can and does go wrong with Supreme Dream Team caravans? I've got the scoop. Contact me directly. We have plenty of time to share all we know as we wander along, because, to be honest, regardless of the very questionable purchases, ratings, and all that stuff, we are really just living the dream.